I am here with Mindy from Camp Millennium. And Mindy, you're the director of Camp Millennium. So I'd love for you to start just telling us a little bit about you.
My name is Mindy. During camp, I go by the name Jelly Bean because we all go by camp names during that week. Camp Millennium started connected with the American Cancer Society. In 1999, the American Cancer Society decided to pull out of kids' camp. So there wasn't going to be no more camp or anything for these families down here. And there was a group of 12 individuals here in the Roseburg area that was like, no, we're going to do something. This is still needed, very much so. In fact, back in the 90s, Douglas County was very high with pediatric cancer. So there was a big, huge need down here for that. So they just started, and then with it going to be, into the 2000s, they called it Camp Millennium because of the millennium. And then they got their own 501c3 under that name, and it's just been growing ever since. Roseburg's very proud to be the place where Camp Millennium was like birthed, for lack of better words, because it could have closed in 1999. It could have been the last one. Those 12 people gave out of their own money. Because there was no finances. They took everything. There was nothing. So, it's come a long way. Started out with 25 kids, and this last camp we had 100. So that's crazy.
So tell me a little bit about how funding for Camp Millennium comes and how you started working with Fusion 5 to help with these fundraising needs.
We write grants. We do fundraising through personal and business sponsors and donors. We are considered a small nonprofit. There's some nonprofit camps out there that they don't have to fundraise. There's one that has a hockey player that just takes care of everything. I wish I could find a hockey player that would take care of everything. It'd be nice. But the fundraising is fine because you get to meet a lot of new people. So Lathan is Lathan, I get that, but we call him Moose. That's his camp name. So it's hard for me. I have to physically think to say Lathan because I've just called him Moose. I don't remember how we got connected, but somebody connected us. And I remember we would get onto these Zooms and he'd be like, I need to know what you want from me. I need to know. And I was like, I'm not telling you. I was like, you're going to get here and you're going to know. I said, I'm going to tell you some of the things that I would like to make sure is shown. And then other than that, I just want you to immerse yourself into camp. I said, but trust me, the moment you step foot into this camp, you'll never be the same.
So tell me a little bit about some of the video and photography assets that have been created and how they're used.
I don't even know how he does it because at the end of camp, he had a video for everybody. So we watched it of the whole week in camp, and it was so good. One of the things when I go and I talk to either foundations or I talk to business people or even just community members, I've always said it's so hard to explain camp, what it does for these kids. But that video that he put out was the next best thing of stepping foot into camp. And so I just started putting it out there, sending it to people. It was phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. He did the same thing this year too. It is unbelievable. So where we go from there, I just can't even. He's going to make different links so that we can use them for different spots. It's going to be more targeted this year after the fact. The first year, I think it was more of, wow, this is amazing. I'm still wrapping my mind around it. I was not expecting it to be that good.
And what have been some of the reactions to this video when you send it out into the community and the night it aired?
Oh, it's so, I can't even. I can't even. It encompassed every single thing of the week. There was highs and there was lows. It just showed our donors and prospective donors and even our family members what it was about. It showed a lot of personality. Like I said, it's so hard to explain to people about this camp, but they can see it, hear the laughter, hear the joy, hear the silliness, hear the sadness. They can see it on their faces, and it's definitely not made up. It's real life.
with a topic like this, I think it's very easy to be too over the top or like to not hit those notes enough. So to really like get something that has resonated with you, who has been with the camp for so long in so many ways, and to hear that it's resonating with other people too is powerful.
I know the power of marketing. We need to start advertising camp. And it's not just necessarily just for the funds. I mean, funds make the camp work, don't get me wrong. But there's still a lot of families that don't know about us. And we need to get that message out to them. And that helps, especially with social media and everything else. It's so much easier these days just to put it out there. These videos and the fact that I can use them for different, not just social media, but even a TV commercial, or throw them on YouTube, or I go all over the state of Oregon talking to people about Camp Millennium. And when I put up the video and show them, I'd love to see their faces, because they did exactly what all of us did when we first saw that video. The range of motion. And people in general want to help, but if they don't know, they can't help because they don't know. In order to bring those funds in, they have to know what they're buying into, what their money is actually making happen.
Well, Mindy, thank you so much for your time and your wisdom here and just sharing your experience.
Thank you.
Is there anything else that you wanted to add?
I'm just so excited because it could have went a different way. The ability to be secure in what you're doing and what his job is, that he has an ability to see the vision super fast. They just have the ability just to submerge themselves into what they're doing, and they want the very best product because they understand what it's going to do for us. It really is a labor of love. It's going to make me cry even just saying that.
And I know that Lathan just loves it so much, and he speaks so highly of this experience too. So what you've created is now impacting him as well. And I can only imagine that for these kids, it's 1,000 times more magical.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Well, thank you, Mindy. Again, thank you so much. I appreciate your time. This was such a great conversation to have. So thank you for connecting.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.